When I started college during the pandemic, I thought the majority of my college life was gonna be spent like this. Since the government's response was shit. Me saying I was wrong was another statement. Feels like yesterday when I was just making a video about leaving Dubai and going back home to finish university. What I didn't share was how much doubt I had making that decision. Leaving my friends had turned into family, saying goodbye to my favorite spots, and having the conversation about when adulting actually starts. More on that later, but ultimately going back to my comfort zone for unfinished business. And I did. I went to face to face classes and actually experienced college on site. I got to meet really great people and lived my bar boys moments, especially on Saturday law classes. I got to go to Japan, my dream country, which I didn't even know was possible at this age. I did corporate for a few months in BGC just to realize that this wasn't for me. Nagquit ako. It's a pretty long story. Recently, I got to travel for the first time with my own money without any support whatsoever in Bangkok, Thailand, and it was a blast. For my last semester in college, I did my internship, which was at a law firm, which I'm not really allowed to share. After 320 hours, I finished my internship, and next thing I knew, I was looking for my graduation clothes. Fast forward to the present, dramatic pause. Come apply for graduation with me. I visited my old school for some requirements that I needed for graduation, and it felt so nice being here because for a while, I really thought my diploma here was wasted. I took arts and design in senior high but picked legal management for uni. Spoiler alert, I'm able to use them both, but in different aspects. I'm so grateful that I didn't pick in high school because that would be so devastating. But being here made me realize that this was my malayo na pero malayo pa. Though not gonna lie, ang unfair na nagtayo sila ng but first coffee after namin makagraduate. The heck? Sup? It's been a while. I just passed my graduation requirements yesterday and I'm officially graduating. Hey guys, Sebastian here. I was planning talaga na I'm gonna upload once I get my shit together. I feel like that puts unnecessary pressure to myself na. Last time I did a vlog talking inside a car, it was during the pandemic, and a family car, and ngayon, it's in my own car, which is Levi. I feel like it would be kinda off if mag-upload ako out of nowhere. Like, bigla na lang ako mag-upload na, hey, I'm back without any context. So yeah, it is self-centered, but at the same time, it's my channel. It's all about law school. I entered university with a mindset na this is my pre-law. I'm gonna go to law school after this. Pursue law for another 4 years. Hopefully pass the bar exams on my first take and help people. After reflecting and being honest with myself, I realized my intentions for pursuing law is not just for the people as per se. Here in the Philippines, it's such a taboo thing to talk about how money is such a big factor as to why we pursue things. Technically, I'll be studying for 8 years if makapasa ako agad. If hindi, it's longer. And also, it's a really long time, bro. Like, imagine mo 8 years. Si Carson 7 years, ako 8 years. Dadaigin ko pa ba? When I was thinking about it, I realized hindi lang yun yung intentions ko. Like, when I think of law school, lamang yung pera. Which isn't such a bad thing to do naman. Pero nung ine-evaluate ko sarili ko and I was thinking na, am I really doing this for the right reasons? I just couldn't get myself to admit that it was because of money. I don't want people to think na mukha kong pera when it's not really a bad thing naman. But when you're pursuing something like that, you want to do it for the right reasons. And unfortunately, at the state that I am, which I'll talk about more later, I couldn't really see myself entering law school anytime soon. Baka magbago pa yun in the long run. When I'm wiser, maayos yung pag-iisip ko, maybe I'll pursue law. Pero for now, I'm happy where I'm at. So, thankfully, I am graduating with a job. Like, ito yung love letter ko sa younger self ko, who was this kid na nag-cloud chase at such an early age. Laking investment, bumili pa ng G7X to do this, only to end up working abroad. Pero let me be a bit more vulnerable. Started doing YouTube pretty young and I was consistent until I was 18 siguro or 19. During the pandemic, I tried being consistent but All throughout, I wouldn't say that I was consistent with it because I had other things in mind. If I'm being honest, my relationship with content creation hasn't been the healthiest, but I know to myself na this is something that I genuinely want to pursue. When I look at my younger years, the days wherein I was at my happiest, I think of my days at ABS-CBN. I think of days na interview ko yung Four of Spades. I think of days na umatan ako ng taping, which is something na I didn't realize which was such a big thing. I was able to build a pretty good CV wherein I worked with multiple brands. Even though nag-hiatus ako for a pretty long time, I would say na the passion is still there. Now, moving forward to the present. So, I tried doing corporate back in bare months last year, and I did not like it. I didn't like the work, though it was something that I thought I would be good at. And I asked myself, is this something that I want to be good at? Think that was my Rachel Green era. I was trying so hard to be good at something that I don't even like. Umalas ako after 3 months of working in corporate in BGC. And whenever I tell people na there was a time nag-corporate ako at BGC, which is ang daming may gusto mag-work sa BGC, which I understand kasi one of the things that I learned about myself is I am not lucky. Hindi ako sinuwerte. I was able to get things because pinaghirapan ko siya. Now, I left, focused on my internship, which I needed for graduation. I think 2 weeks before my internship ended, I was already doing interviews. One of the things I learned about adulting is making decisions for yourself and sticking by them. Whether you like it or not, whether kung gaano ka strict ang parents mo, at the end of the day, you can make your own decisions naman. Especially if it's about your future. Ngayon, fast forward to me 2 weeks before finishing my internship, I applied abroad and I got in. Now I'm now working in Melbourne, Australia. I remember making this vision board early 2024. Sabi ko, go big or go home. I put in Dubai, Japan, and I had Bangkok, I had a watch, I had MFK, I had Elon Musk with tons of cash because I wanted to dream big. And I did. And now that I'm graduating, based off what I said naman, I think it's pretty obvious what I'm doing. I'm not going to law school. I'm not going to law school yet. Am I moving abroad? Secret muna. Pero I'm pretty sure na I am going home within this year. I think it's fair to share this kasi it's one of the biggest factors as to probably why rin hindi ako magla-law school. I grew up majority of my life in one place. Once I moved abroad kasi during the pandemic, I learned a lot about myself na I've learned things that I wouldn't be able to learn because I was there. I don't really want regrets in life, but siguro the one thing that I wish I did in college is listen to myself. There was a program that was a better fit for me, pero I didn't listen. I guess the biggest lesson I've learned throughout this experience of content creating, kahit hindi ako consistent, is to learn to believe in myself. The amount of effort I've put into this and the amount of growth I've had because of this and the achievements that I've had because of this is something that I wouldn't be able to get if I didn't try. I'm not saying that my life is perfect. Now that I'm about to finish college and about to enter a new part in my life in my early 20s, I think I'm slowly falling in love with content creating again. And I wish I could hug my younger self who was able to grab his camera, talk to it, allow people to see a part of his life that he thought people wouldn't even be interested in. Was able to get this job in Melbourne because he followed his guts. I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I'm just extremely grateful for what I have right now. I forgot to mention this about law school is at the position in my life right now where I can pretty much work from anywhere as long as there's Wi-Fi, and I'm in my early 20s. I don't ever see myself settling this young because I feel like if I pursued law, just from my perspective, of course respect to the people who want to pursue law, become a lawyer. In my case, I'm at a position in my life where I can pretty much work from anywhere, and I'm forever grateful for that. And I don't know when I'll ever get this opportunity again, and I'd like to think that I'm making the right decision by following my guts and taking this opportunity, not taking it for granted, and allowing myself to do the things that I want for a change. Okay, that's it for this video. I just wanted to make this video first before ako mag-upload ulit. I didn't want to like biglang wow, nandiyan ka na ulit. Gets ba? So in the next videos, it's not gonna be just this dramatic, but thank you so much and see you when I graduate. Bye, deuces.